Now for one of my favorite parts of creating 2D shapes, compound shapes. So say I want a shape that is like a rectangle with a circle coming out of one end. So we're going to create our rectangle. It'll look like this. Let's make it rounded, just to be cool. Like that. And then here's our circle coming in. We'll use 3-point just because it's cool. Again, you can see it flashing onto these SmartTrack points. You can turn those on and off as it suits you. Let's see. This is, sure, just like that. That's how it's going to be. And so we want to get rid of this part in the middle. So we can do this a few ways. First way is to select all the objects we'll be using and using the command trim. What trim will do is it will get rid of intersecting areas between two shapes. So we can click on those and they'll disappear. Now we have two shapes that are touching but have nothing in between them, so that's cool. You're going to want to join those maybe, so you can select all, join, and now it's one closed curve as opposed to two open curves. So another way you can do it is you can split your lines. This will take a little bit longer, so I'd recommend using trim in this situation, but I'll show you anyway. So we'll select our rectangle and our circle, I suppose. Split. This won't work, excuse me. So our cutting object is the circle, and so now it splits this intersecting part, and you can get rid of that. However, trim really works the best in this situation. And join. So say we're gonna, let's pretend this is a keychain. So we're gonna make a circle for the ring to go through, and so another circle. This is where the center SmartTrack will come in handy, because we'll just draw our cursor around until we get this white line. That means if we click right now, the center is selected. See? So now we will have concentric circles here. Ta-da! And then let's say we want our keychain to have some cool text, because we're going to laser cut this into some wood. So we have a couple of options for text. I usually use TextObject because I find it to be the most versatile. It'll ask you what kind of text you want to use or create. So we're going to say Rhino is cool. You can select your font. It will preview for you in the window here. See? Changes. So let's just be absolutely awful. Comic Sans. I'm sorry. Now you have a couple options here: curves, surfaces, and solids. As we are only working in 2D, we only need curves for right now. We'll get into these ones later. Your group objects is handy because that will make each letter a part of a group. We haven't really talked about groups, but groups are like temporary joinings of a group of objects, because you can group them and then you can just click on one part of it instead of having to select all of them. It's a great time saver, and you can group and ungroup with relative ease. And you can also set your text height. 10 millimeters is fine. We can adjust this later. So hit OK. Then it'll ask us where we want to drop our thing, our text. As you notice, this is a little squished, but you can move it around later if you want. So there, we clicked it. So now we have all of our text. Pretty cool. So we would be ready to laser cut, but not really, because there's a couple of steps we still have.